Rare that somebody who's been accused of a crime not only wins but also is vindicated, and I consider this to be vindication.
A defense attorney reacting to a court's dismissal of all charges against a former Liberty County judge. He was accused of misusing federal money after Hurricane Ike. Good evening, I'm Kelly Phillips.
And I'm Bill Leger. Thank you for joining us tonight. A former Liberty County judge was set to go to trial Thursday after a federal court rejected a plea agreement. 52-year-old Phil Fitzgerald was indicted on 27 counts, including bribery and conspiracy for FEMA fraud after Hurricane Ike. His brother-in-law was also charged. Fitzgerald was accused of influencing who received debris removal contracts. His brother-in-law was one of the contractors. KFDM News has learned that today, during a federal hearing, a judge dismissed all charges against Fitzgerald. 6 News reporter Lindsey Kovacevich is in the studio tonight with more. Lindsey?
That's right, Bill. Last year, Fitzgerald pleaded guilty, and under a plea agreement, he was set to receive 3 years probation and pay a $75,000 fine. In March, federal judge Ron Clark rejected the plea agreement. Clark said in his opinion, the punishment was too light based on the allegations. The government alleged that the former county judge used his position to influence who got business to clean up Liberty County after Hurricane Ike. The government dismissed the charges at a hearing in federal court this morning. Prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office said they needed more time to investigate, considering a trial was set for Thursday. Lum Hawthorn is Fitzgerald's attorney. He says there wasn't enough evidence against his client from the start, but Hawthorn told him to enter a plea because of the potential for jail time.
When you walk in there, you don't have a presumption of innocence. Legally you do, but actually you have a presumption of guilt. And so we would have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, I think, that he was not guilty, rather than the shoe being on the other foot. And if it were me, if I had an opportunity of taking 3 years probation or facing a potential 10 years in prison, there's no question what I would do. They have not investigated the case sufficiently. If they gave us an opportunity to explain these charges, this indictment would never be returned.
KFDM spoke with Robert Hobbs from the U.S. Attorney's Office. In his words, the government disagrees with Hawthorn's appraisal and will be moving forward in the public interest. Hobbs says prosecutors need more time to investigate and plan to do it as quickly as possible. To read more about the story, log on to KFDM.com. Reporting live in the studio, Lindsey Kovacevich, KFDM 6 News.